All right, so I was asked the other day for a way to count the trades that occurred on the inside market. So I built a little market analytics algo that shows how to actually do that. So let me get into this and show you what's actually going on with the algo now. For the purpose of this algo, I'm using the March 20 Bitcoin futures at CoinFlex. And I'm running that contract into a time and sales block. From the time and sales block, I'm running the information into a MsgInfoExtractor block. For the MsgInfoExtractor block, I have two branch blocks. Branch block 1, which is called trade as take. In MsgInfo block 2, which is trade as hit. I misnamed that, so to change that right now. Okay, the names actually match up to what they're actually doing. This is the trade as take. So inside of formula editor, I put in trade as take. Now, how did I get that in there? I'll take it out and put it back in. Just go found trade as hit. And there it is. Oh, wait a minute, it's not or trade as take. I'm sorry, I don't want trade as hit, I want trade as take. Trade as take, so that's an aggressive buy. Down here, it's trade as hit, so it's an aggressive sell. Again, how do you do that? Let's say it wasn't there at all. Trade as hit, done, just like that. So now, aggressive buy order is going to go route up through here. Aggressive sell orders will route down through here. They're going to a sequence block. And what's the sequence block to it? The sequence block is telling which block, in which order the next blocks will get the information. And now for this purpose, I want to track the orders, make sure I have the most recent as well as one back. So what that means is I call this one ask 0. This is trades at ask 0, which to me is the inside best ask. This is ask 1. And ask 1 is the ask 1 trade previous, or the ask that was actually the last inside market ask. And I'm telling the information to update this one first. So the one that goes back one first, because what this one's going to do, this is a MsgInfoExtractor block, which is this block. It's that block right there. Now, when a message pumps into here, a pulse goes into the MsgInfoExtractor block for ask 1. It's going to make a call to ask the ask 0 block. What's the ask 0 block? The ask 0 block is right here. This is actually the most recent, so the one back is going to update before the most recent updates. Okay, that's so I know what happened one previously. All right, so basically this block is going to read this block, and then this block will update because it updates second. This one updates first. It calls back and grabs the information here. This one updates second. This is an important little trick or feature. I use this in a lot of stuff, and I'll show you some other algos that kind of do that, but that's important to know. So now this will this block, this MsgInfoExtractor block is going to house, it's going to house the MsgInfoExtractor block trade price, the most recent trade price. And this is what this is doing here is MsgInfoExtractor block trade price, which is what? That is that MsgInfoExtractor block trade price. So this is pulling that. And again, this block will update first, so it's going to pull this information. So let's say 15th trade. 15 stage create, and then 16's trade. What we're going to have here is this port will show the most recent 16. This will show 15. But first, before this one updates to 16, we want the 15 pulled out, which is why this block updates first. So it goes and reads this block before this block updates. Okay. Now this is an equal block. The equal block is just telling me that these blocks are equal. So if both prices are the same, let's say they're both 15, it's just going to be equal just fine. No big deal. That's what we kind of want. But we're trying to identify a change in the inside market. So if it trades 15, 15, 15, no problem, no problem, no problem. Or if it trades at the ask 15, 15, 15, no problem, no problem. But if it trades 15, 15, 15, then 16, we want a notification. Now this will turn to false. It'll run down here until the not block to actually change that false to a true. And it's going to trigger this generator block to update. And the update's going to stop this accumulation because this accumulation, I've got two accumulator blocks here. These are value accumulator blocks, just like this. And what am I doing in there? I'm trying to actually count. This is the original request, was to get how many times does it actually trade at that best inside ask. So I just put that to 1. So now every time there's a trade at the inside ask, that will increment by 1. So it'll show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And then I added something down here, which is strictly the MsgInfoExtractor block, the trade quantity. So now I'm going to count what the actual quantity is. It trades the inside market as well too at the ask. Okay. This is simply an alert block, and the alert block is going to notify me in the alert columns every time this accumulates, this adds up. And what's that message going to say? The message, like I showed in the video the other day, it's going to say lifted, because there's a lift, there's aggressive buy. It's going to show the quantity that lifted, and it's going to show at price level. Okay. Everything going down here is basically the same thing. This is the same thing, but it's done on the buy side. All right. So this is going to show aggressive sells, aggressive buys. Again, this is going to accumulate the number. Now, and I have this refresh to reset again. So let's say it trades at 15. The price is 15, 15, 15, 3 times. It'll accumulate to 3 here. But then as soon as it trades at a best ask of 14 or a best ask of 16, this is going to go from 3 down to 0 and start over again. Okay? Pretty simple, pretty quick and easy. But these are some cool tools you can use in other algos if you care to build other algos. I'm going to start it up and see what kind of goes. Then we'll walk through a little bit. So I just kicked it off. It's resuming. Shouldn't really take this on. You know what? I gotta stop this little bit. That's why, because I was on a hard start. Well, now I'm just gonna start it. I had to basically refresh it there, so I paused it. I'm gonna start it before live. Resuming. And there we go. Now we're going live, and the audit trail is actually showing what's going on here. I had a lift, I had a hit, I had a lift, lift, lift. And watch the accumulation. Now we had 7 trades. We've had 7 aggressive buys here at the inside market. And there have been no sells here since the last refresh. Now we just had a refresh. The inside market changed on the sell side, on the ask. All right. Again, now the last trade was apparently an aggressive sell. So they hit the bid, hit the bid, hit the bid 2 times now. For a total of 0.6 Bitcoin. Now we've had an aggressive buy 1 time for 0.0185 Bitcoin. Now we've had 2 aggressive sells. So that's really all there is to it. We've had 6 now straight aggressive sells for the quantity. And again, it updates quick. It moves fast. But that's it's all this algo is doing. It's not a complete algo. Obviously, I don't have buy-sell rules or anything like that. But all this is a market analytics tool that you could actually use going down the road and build some other build-sell logic based off of that. All right, so there's just another market analytics tool or a market analytics tool you could have and build out of ABL. Hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, just let me know. and we will pick this up some other time.